Welcome to North American Trapper today. This show is kind of an homage to my father. My dad, Charlie, got me started in the outdoors at a very young age. Caught my first muskrat when I was 7. Just tagging along with him while he's making fox sets or beaver sets. I'm looking to try and shoot chipmunks with my BB gun, and you know, having me tag along and learn and all the different things is pretty much why I'm where I'm at today. And this show, I'm gonna follow my dad, and you're gonna see the cable restraint techniques he uses here in Pennsylvania. You're gonna see a lot of catches. My dad's very methodical in everything that he does. He was a school teacher for 33 years, a park ranger at a state park for over 25, and just his zest for the outdoors has carried over to me, and I wanted to do a show kind of dedicated to him and his outdoor processes as well. So let's head out on Dad's line right now.
There's a gray. First set. Boy, that's a dandy. Look at him. This is the first set we checked today. We had a nice gray fox, nice male. And you can see here how this is set up. This is a support wire to hold the cable restraint up, and it was barricaded on both sides with weeds and things. The cables I use about 4 feet long, and they'll have an 8-foot diameter circle, and you can't have anything that they can get entangled in. And this one just worked perfectly. Again, the support wire, cable restraint held in the ground by a wolf fang anchor, and they really work well. Again, as we go along here, we'll show you some of the other sets and how really it looks just like a little path. You never think that looking at this. But we had him narrowed down. He finally come through here, and we got him. Nice big male gray. You got to be right on location, right on the path. Whereas a trap, you have your lure and stuff, and that'll bring him into an area. But I really like doing this. You woodsmen like, you know, you find where they're traveling, find the paths. I set a lot of mine on deer paths, and they seem to work well. And we'll show you some of these as we go around. I know we don't have a couple up in these cables, but I have a couple cables out at the end of the field, and we'll see if we have any more out there. Here's another one of my sets. Cable restraint, that's probably about 7.5 inches off from the first solid surface. And this was just a path here, and you can see all the brush and stuff. That's exactly the way this other set was made. With all this brush and stuff around it, there's nothing here they can get tangled up in. And the wind's been pretty strong today. Been up like 25 miles an hour. It's blowing these weeds a little bit. When I make this, these weeds are up like this, and these weeds over here. And I always try to keep a few weeds right around the cable so they don't notice it as much. But these are so much fun to set. It's just unbelievable. And you can set a pile of them in a day. Another one of my cable sets, how it's blended in. Put these weeds on the side. Really, they come up through here, right through there. And all these were cut and stuck in. If you catch one here, there's nothing they're going to get tangled up in. They'll just have like that 4-foot circle. They can go either way here, and this is like a strip down through the field. And those fox like to cut through these little patches here. There's some mice and stuff in this field, and I'm sure they're in here. And they'll go through this and hunt. They see this path, they'll go right down through here. And again, I use all my cables are about 7 inches off the ground, 7 to 8 inches wide. Just perfect for fox. Now, if you're really after coyote, you're going to have to make those loops a little bigger. You're not going to catch them in them.
Let's take a look at the North American Trapper Product Spotlight.
Reaper Bait. Our North American Trapper signature water bait is a blend of ground poultry, ground fish, textured fish pellets, salmon oil, and other essential aromas that makes this an overall enticement to most all animals. This bait works especially great for raccoon, mink, and otter, but can also be used for predators as a change-up at various set locations. Proven products equals proven conservation. See all of our great wildlife control solutions at NorthAmericanTrapper.com today. Handling nest raiders is our specialty, and you can become the steward of your own land with our North American Trapper scent package, which includes our Coonbuster DP bait and magnet trailing scent. Our sweet-scented trailer will draw them in, where our Coonbuster will then take over, and its soaked crawfish essence will entice those nest raiders to work the trap consistently. Look no further than our North American Trapper Combo scent package for all your predation control needs. North American Trapper. Proven products. Proven conservation.
Welcome back to Duke Trap's presentation of North American Trapper with Alan Probst.
Well, you can see, this is one of the things we have to really remember when we set these cable restraints. My cable, the length of them is not quite 4 feet, and you can see the circle he makes, about an 8-foot diameter circle. That tree was there, but I knew I had enough room there. And he can't get entangled in anything there. That's one reason you really have to be careful when you set these cables. If you set where there's trees or on culverts or something, or on a crossing on a, sometimes you find a nice crossing on a stream where they go over a log, where you can't, legally you're not allowed to put them on that because they'll get caught in them and they'll fall down and die. When you use cable restraints, these animals are alive when you get there. They differ from the snares, where the snares you can fix them and set them so that they'll dispatch the animal. But with the cable restraints, they'll be alive when you get there. The only thing you can use the snares for in Pennsylvania, you can use them to trap beaver underwater. They did a lot of studies with these. There's a lot of antis that are really against trapping and the animal, hurting the animal when you catch it. But they did a lot of studies with these cable restraints. They started like in, I think the 2 states were Missouri and Wisconsin, and they had trappers try these out, and they proved that they were pretty successful. Then they had a lot of trappers try them out in Pennsylvania, and for the most part, these animals are not injured in these cable restraints. You come up to them, if you get something you don't want or that's not allowed to be caught, you can let them out with no harm. You can see up there the good feed bed that we looked at, and we're very fortunate that the farmer lets us trap here. They broke this dam out 2 years ago, and they built it back up, and the dam is still here, and the beaver come up out of the river. This is an ideal place to catch them, and we'll see what we got here. I think we may have some action. One of my guide sticks are down. I worked this set from up here because it's pretty deep down there, and I didn't want to get down in there. I like to piddle around with them. I made this set from up here from scratch, and I thought, how am I going to hold that conibear up? Well, I got an idea. Sometimes I don't always come up with the right idea, but here I got a block. And what I did, I put it right down over the conibear stick that holds the conibear. One inner. Oh, that's a dandy. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I might need some help, son. That is a dandy there, buddy. Oh, man. Nice beaver. Oh, yeah. Pretty happy with this one. Now, this was all froze up when I got in here about a week, when I started thinking about setting for the beaver about a week ago, and I didn't want to chop through the ice. You can see now within the last 2 days it really thawed out, and I decided not to put one right up there by the feed bed in the hut. You miss one there, then they're not going to move around. I'm probably best part of 100 yards from the hut. There's probably a pair, and the farmer will be really glad that I got these out of here this year. So we'll take him out of the trap, and I'll show you how I prepare it. We'll put it back in. I'm sure we'll have some action here before too long, because the other one will be out looking for this one. Now you got to really be careful with these because there's a lot of power there. I remember one time I was trapping up an orange and I got my thumb in one, but there is a little crack in it. My son helped me get out of that one. Then I'll move this down. It's down in the bottom of the pond about that far. And what I like to do, I like to get these wedges and put in. When those wedges are in there, that conibear will not move. There, I got my 2 stabilizing stakes in. That will not move. Then she's ready to go in the water. Put my guide sticks in, fix it up with a block. We're ready to go for another night. Just stick this right down in there. Like that. Right in the perfect spot. Goes right to the bottom. Take my block, slip that right up over there, pull that back as far as I can, tight as it can get. I'm going to put a couple more guide sticks in because he knocked a couple off and I don't see them right here, but they're easy to get right here. So that's all there is to it. When I never set this before, past years, and I thought, boy, that's a good place to pass up.
The Trapper of the Week is Beth Hakala with a nice beaver coming out of the swamp. Congratulations, Beth, and get your chance to be Trapper of the Week by visiting us at NorthAmericanTrapper.com.
You need to have faith in the baits and lures piquing the curiosity of those at large predators. North American Trapper has you covered on your quest with our skunk-based Madness, crawfish-based Coonbuster, fish-based Reaper, and our meat-based Mountain Man. North American Trapper baits and lures are all multi-layered and proven to help you become the best predation trapper that you can be. Take back control of the ecosystem that is yours and get our scent bundle at NorthAmericanTrapper.com for the next time you're out breaking dirt on the line.
Welcome back to Duke Trap's presentation of North American Trapper with Alan Probst.
When you set for fox, they recommend like 6 inches off the ground, 6 to 8 inches high and wide. And there's some coyotes around here and they recommend 10 to 12. So what I've been doing, I try to go halfway in between there, and once in a while the foxes can get in back to their hip. But that doesn't happen very often. The ideal catch is right around her neck. But you can see this one here, I got it back along the hip because that circle is a little bigger. Hopefully maybe a coyote would have come through it too. You can see here, this isn't a very big place, but it's been very productive throughout the years. And he's trying to get some rabbits and small game in the area with his brush pals, and we're trying to keep the foxes down. And a couple of the years we caught 6, 8 fox in here. Now we're started using cables, and we can get them later in the year. This is a nice red. He's been in here for a little bit, and this is the only one we had in this area today. But we did see a couple tracks out there with a little bit of the snow that's left. As you can see here, the cables that I use are only 4 feet long, but you can see the big circle they make, and they got to be put where they cannot get tangled up with anything. And once you use a cable, it's done. You just can't use it. So we'll take care of the fox, and we have plenty of other sets here. We have one down around the corner, and I had like 7 or 8 in here, and that's one less. So we still have 7 good sets in here. Leave these set for 3 or 4 more nights and see if we can get another fox or 2 to help the gentleman out that's trying to get some small game in the area. So we'll take care of him, clean this area up a little bit, take the cable out of the ground, and we can use some of the parts on it yet to make up some other cable. But this is great exercise. You're doing the people a favor by getting a few of them out of here to cut down on diseases. It's just a lot of fun being out, and you just enjoy it that much more. And you gotta have patience when you set these cables. It's not like setting jump traps or something when you use lure and stuff and bring them in. You don't use very little, I hardly ever use any lure around these sets. You just got to be patient, and I've learned that from my father when I started hunting when I was 12 years old. He always did his scouting ahead of time, and he picked out a good spot, and he said, stay put. And I learned that from him, and I've done that all these years. And a couple of my buddies know when I get in a spot, I stay put. And in a couple of years I hunted where I probably shouldn't have been hunting because I got attached to the area and I didn't want to leave it. But it's really a lot of fun. Have patience, and sooner or later it will produce.
Now, it's time for the North American Trapper Tip of the Week.
You know, I get a lot of emails on what's the difference between the standard ground talon and the heavy duty ground talon. And the standard ground talon is more for use for your raccoons, possums, skunk sets. Your heavy duty is more for use for your canine sets because you're going to be catching larger predators such as coyote, bobcat, things like that. That's really all that's needed to know about these. The standard is going to work for you for your smaller critters, and your heavy duty is going to work for you for your larger critters.
North American Trapper has got you covered when it comes to essential trapping baits and lures. When you're moving soil out of the field, know that you're getting the best scents available with the North American Trappers line. Go to NorthAmericanTrapper.com today and explore the mountain man in you. Control predators on your land with a North American Trapper Coyote package. You'll get all of the trapping essentials needed to handle this elusive critter with an instructional DVD included to teach you the way. Get your Coyote trapping box and more at NorthAmericanTrapper.com. Welcome back to Duke Trap's presentation of North American Trapper with Alan Probst.
Well, you can see we had like 10 or 11 cables out, and we caught 3. That's a pretty good day. Again, as stated, it's a lot of fun just getting in the outdoors, trying to outfox the fox, and they're really easy to set, a lot easier than using the steel traps. So if you're looking for something to do in the winter time, after Christmas was when the cable restraint, you can set them. December 26th in the first week or so of February. You can have a lot of fun, give you something to do during the day. We got a cat! We got a big cat! Look at him! Oh boy! Bobcat! Oh, he's a dandy. Oh man, I didn't expect that. Look at the feet on him. Boy, that is a dandy. Look how he has this all ripped up here. Man, oh man. You can see how I had it cleared out. Nothing he could have got tangled on. This was sort of unexpected, very exciting. Now you notice he was caught in a cable restraint. Difference between a cable restraint and the other ones is the cable restraint will keep them alive, and the other ones they can be fixed to dispatch the animal. Now normally, if you catch a bobcat, you'd have to leave him go. But the trapping season's from December 15th to January 6th, and they count this as an incidental catch. So I'm able to harvest this bobcat, and I do have a bobcat tag. Really unexpected. The other one's nothing around the first 5, but the 6th one paid off. That's a big cat. He's a nice cat. I'm going to put this tag on this bobcat because this was really unexpected, and my son thinks he might even be 30 pounds. I mean, he is a big one, big male. Happy day. 0 for 5, and then 1 for 6. That makes the day. That's just about anything outdoors. You can go, if you're deer hunting, you go every day, every day, every day. Last 5 minutes can make the whole season. And again, we were able to harvest this cat because we do have a Bobcat tag, and you can harvest them with the cables. With a snare, you can't use snares in PA. The only thing you can use snares for are Beaver. But you can catch, if you catch one in a cable during trapping season, you can harvest it as an incidental catch. And that boy is some incidental catch.
Well, that's the end of the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said at the beginning, I wouldn't be where I'm at without my father instilling the zest for the outdoors in me. And it's obviously led into a career and given me the ability to do something that I love and be able to bring you the methods and techniques that we use to basically be the steward of your own land. And you know, following my dad around on his cable restraint line over the last couple years and watching his excitement when he makes his catches like that Bobcat, that was just priceless. That's probably the most, well, it's not probably, it is the best experience I've ever had behind the camera. Filming him when he realized he had that Bobcat is second to none. And I appreciate him and I appreciate everything he's done for me, and I hope you enjoyed this show as well. If you need any products, make sure you stop by NorthAmericanTrapper.com. We've pretty much got everything that you need to help you be successful the next time you go in the field. Proven products equals proven conservation, and we'll see you next time. North American Trapper.